it just keeps getting worse. The same thing that they did to the South is the same thing they're about to do to Florida. They've set these evacuation notices and trapped people in the state of Florida where this hurricane is going, so they can't leave. But you want them to evacuate. But you stop all flights out of Tampa, Orlando. You're canceling everything, so how can these people evacuate? Knowing that they can't get on the road and drive because it's going to be bumper to bumper of people trying to leave. This shit is getting crazier and crazier. You got people still stranded on mountaintops. When people try to go and help them, they get threatened with jail time or getting arrested. Our government has failed us. And how much more are we going to take? How much more are we going to let a government that does not care about us destroy where we love and call home? This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. You got civilians out there flying helicopters trying to save people, and you're stopping them. You got helicopters that are going and destroying food hubs where people are trying to help people, and you're dropping down and blowing away tents and shit. Yo, this is beyond me. That just lets me know that whatever is about to come and whatever is about to happen, they don't give no shit about the American people. None whatsoever. It doesn't matter the color now. Doesn't matter if you're black. Doesn't matter if you're white. Doesn't matter if you're Hispanic. You know, whatever. They don't care. It does not matter. What do you guys think of that? How does that make you feel? And they're doing the same thing to Florida. Telling these people we want you to evacuate, and then airports aren't letting flights out. This is a sad, sad time. I don't know what to say anymore. People are dead. And they're watching their family hang from trees from this storm and floating, piling up in people's yards. Is that the America we signed up for? That's not what I signed up for.
Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, and next double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the Great Millstone, who teach and who rule well, peace, blessings, and safety. To all you sincere Akim, keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether people hear, whether they forbear. All right, and you've seen the video. Okay, people are freaking out. All right, we see these different, natural disasters that are happening. We got the elections coming up. Okay, we got Israel and Iran just went to war. All right, and we know what that means. Okay, the Israelis, they are an ally to the United States, and then Iran is an ally to Russia. Okay, so the stage is being set for World War III. All these different evils are rising up. Okay, so this is the time that we're in. Okay, we're in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, also known as the Great Tribulation. All right, and people are starting to freak out. Okay, but this is the reason why it's extremely important to trust in the Lord in this time. All right, to make sure that you are doing everything that you can to be of that chosen, to be of that elect. All right, to be on His good side. Okay, because like this guy said, man, he said that we're trusting in a government that does not love us. Which, I mean, like, hello, how long you been alive? All right, you've been living under a rock for the past 25 years. America, Babylon the Great, has never been great for us, and we say that all the time. Okay, America was never great for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right, but this Jake is still trusting in this system, man. All right, that's the reason why a lot of Israelites rise up against us when we tell them that America, Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed, because just like the Israelites that left ancient Egypt, okay, you have Israelites today doing the same thing. In ancient Egypt, they were complaining when the Lord brought them to the wilderness, all right, because they said we had many cucumbers and watermelons. We had a lot of pleasures and luxuries and comforts in ancient Egypt. Okay, so they didn't want it to fall. It's the same way today. All right, they're fighting against their own deliverance by trusting in this system, by hoping that you got Jakes, okay, hoping and praying that. And when I say Jakes, I'm talking about Jacob, okay, the Israelites. You got Israelites hoping and praying that America bounces back. All right, but this place is not going to bounce back. It's not going to be healed. Okay, and this is really the beginning of our deliverance. So that's what I want to go into today. All right, and this is going to be a short video. I'm just reading this one chapter. All right, it pretty much sums it all up perfectly. All right, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 31, and I got the KJV and the New Living Translation side by side, so I'm going to be reading from both of them. All right, so I'm going to start off with the KJV on the left. Okay, Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. All right, this is spiritual Egypt, the land of our captivity, the house of bondage. All right, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. All right, let's go ahead and read that in the NLT. It says, what sorrow awaits those who look to Egypt for help, trusting their horses, chariots, and charioteers, and depending on the strength of human armies. Okay, that's what that represents. Okay, the horses, the chariots today would be like, our government. Okay, the FEMA, the National Guard. Okay, they said that in the Carolinas, they're not helping people. All right, they're not doing anything. And if people are rising up and saying, okay, we'll go help those people in eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina, they're threatening them to be arrested. They're threatening them with jail time. Okay, but yet our people still trust that this system has their best interest. They still trust in America, Babylon the Great. All right, when this place is circling the drain, man. Okay, and we couldn't be more excited because this is the beginning of our deliverance. All right, so it says, and depending on the strength of human armies instead of looking to the Lord, the Holy One of Israel. All right, verse 2, KJV. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. See that? Isaiah 31:2 NLT. In his wisdom, the Lord will send great disaster. That's what we're seeing happening. Okay, we just had that hurricane that was down, I think it was by the Gulf, right? And now they're talking about it was a Category 2, a Category 3. Now all of a sudden it's a Category 5 and getting ready to hit Florida. Okay, why do you think this is happening? Okay, it's the judgment of the Lord, man. Okay, in his wisdom, the Lord will send great disaster. He will not change his mind. He will rise against the wicked and against their helpers. Okay, so who is the wicked? Now, we always say, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, okay, the wicked, you can go to Malachi, the 1st chapter. The wicked is a nation of people that the Lord has prepared for judgment. Okay, and they're ruling over the earth right about now. The wicked is none other than Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, this is their kingdom, this is their rulership, and is getting ready to be taken down. He will rise against the wicked and against their helpers. Okay, why? Because you have a lot of Jakes. You got 2/3, okay, that they are trying to help the wicked. All right, when we speak out about Esau, all right, you got a lot of offended Jakes, all right, that rise up against us, okay, to try to say that Esau's not the wicked. try to talk about, we're all one. Okay, when these are the same people that have been beating your back and oppressing you for hundreds of years. Proverbs 11:21. Okay, KJV, it says, though hand join in hand. Okay, don't matter how many wicked Israelites join up with the wicked. Okay, it says that they shall not go unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered, that remnant. Okay, 2/3 of our people are going to have to die on this side because they are joined unto the wicked. All right, the Lord is going to punish them because they have joined unto Babylon the Great. All right, but the elect is going to be delivered. The seed of the righteous shall be delivered through the elect. Okay, they're going to continue on. Continuing on, though, it says Isaiah 31. I'm going to read verse 2 again, NLT. In his wisdom, the Lord will send great disaster. He will not change his mind. He will rise against the wicked and against their helpers. I'm going to continue on in NLT, verse 3. For these Egyptians are mere humans and not the Most High. Their horses are puny flesh and not mighty spirits. When the Lord raises his fist against them, those who will help will stumble. Okay, those who help the Egyptians, all right, modern day Egyptians, okay, the oppressors is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, when the Lord raises a fist against them, those who help will stumble, and those being helped will fall. They will all fall down and die together. Okay, so you can cling on to Esau as much as you want. Okay, they're not going to save you from the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, it's not going to happen. And yes, once again, this is a nation of people it's talking about. The wicked is a nation of people. Okay, and they're being revealed right now by the Spirit of the Lord's mouth. Let's go and get that right quick. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. Okay, I'll read it in the KJV. It says, and then that wicked shall be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Okay, because that's what Yahushua is really coming to do. And we say this all the time. Two things. The one who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. All right, he's coming to destroy the wicked. It tells you that in Isaiah 63rd chapter. It's a whole chapter dedicated to the Lord punishing Esau. All right, and then delivering his elect. Okay, so he's revealing them with the spirit of his mouth. All right, which is us. Okay, the prophets. We're telling you exactly who the wicked is. We're not beating around the bush. We're telling you, if you want to know who the wicked is, okay, open up your wallet and look on the face. Look at the faces that are on the dollar. Look at who's mostly running the government. All right. Look at who's running Hollywood and television and media. All right. The music industry. Okay. That's the wicked. All right. Esau, Edom. Okay. The so-called white man starting off with their elites, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the Bloombergs, the Eisenhowers, all right, and all these different JOOs. Okay. The fake ones. Okay. The Israelis. Okay. They are the ones that is speaking about. Verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right. So it's not Satan himself. Okay. It's a nation of people whose coming is after the working of Satan. All right. What if when the so-called white man came to the Americas and anywhere else that they touched down, what happens? Okay. All of a sudden the land is taken by them. Most of the natives are destroyed. All right, and they're destitute. Okay, why? Because it tells you in John 10:10 that the devil, Satan, comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And that's exactly what they do, no matter where they go. All right, yes, this is a nation of people that are on the earth. Let's go ahead and prove that more. All right, because people are gonna say, no, we're all one. We all bleed red. Well, the Lord created different nations, and there's certain people that were created, all right, to rule over the earth in wickedness and to be the people of his curse. Isaiah 34 and verse 5. All right, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Idumea is another word for Esau. And upon the people, not one person, but a whole nation, upon the people of my curse to judgment. Okay, it says it right here in the NLT. It will fall upon Edom, the nation that I have marked for destruction. See that? Okay, so you go back to Isaiah 31. All right, these are the modern day taskmasters. All right, in ancient Egypt, you had the Hamite, the sons of Mitzrayim. Okay, which is the Hebrew word for Kemet or Egypt. All right, they were oppressing the children of Israel back then. Okay, that was known as the house of bondage. Today, it's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Right here in America, Babylon the Great, which is the reason why the Lord is about to destroy this place. Okay, Isaiah 31 now, and verse 4. Okay, I'm gonna read it from the NLT. It says, but this is what the Lord has told me. When a strong young lion stands growling over his sheep it has killed, it is not frightened by the shouts and noise of a whole crowd of shepherds. In the same way, the Lord of heaven's armies will come down and fight on Mount Zion. Okay, so that sheep, all right, that sheep that's about to be killed, which really Esau the goat, okay, is talking about Esau, and the young lion is talking about Yahushai, okay, and he's not going to be afraid, okay, he's not going to get weak or feel bad at the voice of their cry. That's what it's saying. I'm reading the KJV. For thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as the lion and a young lion roaring on his prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof. So he's coming to what? Slaughter the oppressors, all right, and to deliver Zion, okay, the Israelites. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. So once again, this is the final battle. He's coming to slaughter, all right, the oppressors, the Edomites, okay, and he's going to deliver Jerusalem, people before it's a place, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Not all of them, but a remnant, okay, because most of our people are joined unto this system, like the guy in the video, okay. This dude about to cry because the place of his captivity is about to be destroyed. That tells you how lost these people are, man. They got Stockholm syndrome. Okay, verse 6. Turn ye unto him from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted. All right, so turn back to the Lord. For in that day every man shall cast away his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which your own hands have made unto you for a sin. And people are going to realize, that, well, for one, they're going to realize that these false prophets, the Christian pastors weren't telling them the truth. They weren't giving them warning. Okay, the only men that were really telling the truth, and not only that, but in that day, the only men that are really going to be protected and have spiritual power are the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, not the false prophet, not the Christian church pastors. All right, they're going to be destroyed for teaching the people lies and not preparing them for the battle of the day of the Lord. Okay, so what are they going to do? They're going to realize where the true power lies. Okay, they're going to realize the true names of the Lord, because once again, and it is important, all right, once again, the Lord is only going to defend his elect, his remnant. Okay, and they're all going to be speaking the same thing. There's only one truth. There's, you got 33,000 different Christian denominations, and only one. There's only one truth. Okay, they all teach different things, but there's only one truth. All right. And once again, how do we know who has it? Because the true servants of the Lord, we always go into it, will have the spirit of prophecy. The only men on the earth that are constantly giving warning, all right, as the God of the Bible commands us to do. The only men on the earth that have the spirit of prophecy on them are the men of Great Millstone, all right, and their affiliates. And that's truthful. Okay, even other Israelite groups, they're more worried about debates, whatever, like the video I just made. Okay, they're all about the money. All right, they're worried about different things, okay? The riches of this world and fame and fortune. All right, that's all they're thinking about. Just like they have more knowledge than the Christians do. All right, but they're using it deceitfully. Okay, the only men that are constantly giving warning, fervently, also putting out, the Lord tells us, let me get this precept. The Lord tells us that the servants that he set up would not hold their peace day nor night. Great Millstone only camp that's pushing out videos daily. Okay, there's hundreds of videos going up, probably thousands of videos going up daily from Great Millstone alone. Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. Okay, those that are constantly prophesying. Okay, that's when you're making mention of the Lord. You're speaking on his name. You're prophesying, we constantly talking about what the Lord is getting ready to do, what he's getting ready to bring. All right, there's really only one group of men on the earth that are doing that are fulfilling that role of the prophets right now. All right, and that is the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai at the Great Millstone. Okay, Isaiah 31 and verse 7. For in that day every man shall cast away his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which your own hands made unto you for a sin. Because you're going to see Jesus Christ followers dropping like flies. You're going to see Yahusha and Yehoshua and Yahuwah followers dropping like flies. Yeshua dropping like flies. All right, the only men that are really going to be protected are that remnant. Okay, the elect. Okay, the men that are actually fulfilling that role as a servant to the Lord. All right, and everybody's going to see that. Okay, and they're going to know that a prophet had been among them. All right, and they're going to get rid of all that, all those falsehoods and those lies. And those who don't, all right, they're going to be deleted. Okay, verse 8, it says, Then shall the Assyrian fall with the sword, not of a mighty man, and the sword not of a mean man shall devour him, but he shall he shall flee from the sword, and his young men shall be discomfited. Okay, and this is how you know this is talking about, because a Christian would try to break this down. They don't understand prophecy. This is all symbolic. All right. Okay, it says the Assyrians. It just switched. First it was talking about the Egyptians. Now it's talking about the Assyrians. Why is it doing that? Because the Assyrians were also another group of people that had us in captivity, specifically the northern kingdom. Okay, so Egyptians and Assyrians are both representative of the oppressors. All right, which once again today is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Whether you like it or not. Okay, it's just true. Okay, so now once again, okay, let's read in NLT, Isaiah 31:8. The Assyrians will be destroyed, but not by the swords of men. The sword of the Most High will strike them, and they will panic and flee. And the strong young Assyrians will be taken away as captives. Even the strongest will quake with terror, and princes will flee when they see your battle flag, says the Lord, whose fire burns in Zion, and whose flame blazes from Jerusalem. Okay, so the Lord is saying that even the strongest, okay, will be greatly afraid. And we're already seeing that. These Edomites know that their time is coming to an end. Okay. He says, and I'm going to read that last part again. And it says, even the strongest will quake with terror, and princes will flee when they see your battle flags, says the Lord, whose fire burns in Zion, and whose flame blazes from Jerusalem. Because also, okay, the Lord is going to make us as fire, and he's going to make them as wood. All right, I'm going to close out with that. Okay, Esau's about to get it on every side, because you're going to have men that are raised up with spiritual power. Okay, the ones who are fishing right now are going to become hunters, according to prophecy. This is Obadiah, only one chapter. All right, Obadiah chapter 1, and I'm gonna start at verse 17 and just read 17 and 18. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. All right, but in order to be delivered, you have to be of the elect. You still trusting in that? We just read it. Okay, you're joining to the heathen. You're trusting in Esau and his system. Okay, trying to help America, praying for America, Babylon the Great. Okay, you're gonna be destroyed. Okay, because none of the elect is gonna be doing that. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Because what this is ultimately going to lead to Esau going into captivity, as we always bring out. That's in the prophecies. Okay, the end of America, Babylon the Great is the fall. That's the end of their rulership, and the beginning of their hell. Okay, the beginning of their curses, the curses that we've been under, falling upon them. So we're going to possess them as a possession. All right, now verse 18 it says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Okay, so that is their end. I'm going to read that in NLT. The people of Israel will be like a raging fire, and Edom a field with dry stubble. The descendants of Joseph will be a flame, roaring across the field, devouring everything. There will be no survivors in Edom. I, the Lord, have spoken. All right. So we'll close out with that. Okay. Trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, not in Esau, not in this system, not in America, Babylon the Great. This place is through, man. Okay. This place is finished. It's cooked. All right. And Lord is bringing more. They ain't even recovered from Helen, from Helene. Okay. The Lord is bringing more natural disasters. This is the wrath of the Most High, man. All right. He says he's going to shoot at them with his arrows of lightning. All right, the Lord is about to bring major destruction to America, Babylon the Great. It was just getting started. We ain't seen nothing yet, and we couldn't be more excited. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to close out with that. Lord's will is edifying. As always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and until next time, Shalom.